What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Tyrone Hunter, Headhunter, back in the building one more again. Holiday edition. You see the title. I am not going to hold you up. We're going to get right into it so you can get back to enjoying Christmas with your family. Shout it out to all my subscribers. Pretty much everybody that view the videos. I appreciate you. I appreciate the love and support. This one gonna get spicy. I'm giving you the best. I'm giving you the best content out there right now, full of spice. Make sure you stick to the end of the video. But without further ado, let's find out what's really good. Okay, so 1090 Jakes dropped a video a little while ago, alluding to BG is a snitch. He used the example of Gunna saying how Gunna accepted a plea agreement and saying that he was going to testify and the world labeled him a snitch. So the circumstance of the BG case that, can you look at it any different? He just didn't go so far as to say, yo, I think BG is snitch. Why? I don't know. But if it was anybody else, he would have stamped it. Again, my personal opinion, I got on the hoodie right now because, it's like, it's dark out there. But anyway, so why he didn't stamp it, I don't know. But me and, coming up how I came up, and it was three different categories of this word that, everybody got twisted. You had snitch, you had cooperator, and you had confidential informant, right? So a snitch was always considered a person who went to the police and gave them information of a crime, and as a result of the information that they gave, somebody was arrested and somebody was charged. That's what a snitch always was, right? A cooperator was always somebody who pretty much the police came and spoke to for any reason, meaning you on the corner, police pull you to the side, you listen, I heard that, and you agree or you disagree with the information, that they given you. Anything that you said help and assisted them in a case, meaning you didn't directly go to them. They came to you, they snatched you up. Like they may have heard you had information about a crime. They come and snatch you up, from your house, out the bed. You chilling with your baby moms, you chilling with your people. They say, come on, we got to go down to the station. I got to talk to you. And they ask you questions. And based on whatever statements that you make or you give them, it leads to somebody else getting arrested. They call that a person who cooperated. Cooperator is somebody who helps and assists in the investigation. The third one is an informant. An informant is somebody who's on the police payroll already. So they're always giving information. These are those types that wear the wire, these are those types that, pretty much they done got locked up for something and, in order to save themselves, they got to bring their own people down. So they wear wire and they get people on tape and, stuff like that, and they get people locked up. So those are three categories. But because you have so many people, it could be some of them are bloggers, and then you have so many people in general giving their opinion on what snitching, what informant, and what cooperating is. That now any and everybody is called and considered a snitch. Now, I will say again, based on the circumstance and the information that's out there, BG is not a snitch. Okay? BG is not a snitch based on the information that's out there. Now, if you come with something else, then that's something totally different. But based on the information that's out there, BG is not a snitch. And allow me to tell you why. And you can also go back to my last video. Matter of fact, before I say this, make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm going to give y'all a couple of seconds because right after that, I'm going into second gear. Come on, hit that like button. There we go. All right, so let's go. So now, BG is not a snitch because when they got locked up in the car, and if you want to hear the other side, you can go back to my video on BG being a snitch and a cooperator, and then you can also go to 1090 Jake video on BG being a snitch because he gives a little bit more information about the case. If you know anything about 1090 Jake, he does his investigation, he does his homework, he gathers the facts, he give you the information. That's not my thing. I'm going to give you some information, and you decide what you're going to do with it. But be it as it may, This circumstance with BG getting locked up in a car with two other individuals, and somebody said from the beginning, this is my gun, this is my drugs. That person took ownership and possession. Because BG and the other dude was locked up, anybody that get locked up for a crime, the police are going to ask you questions. Yo, is this his? Is this whatever? They agree, so they cooperated. They cooperated, but did the information they give assist in, pretty much this person getting found guilty? I mean, you heard my take. You would have to go back and hear what 1090 Jake is saying. Even though I heard what he's saying, I'm still going to stand on the same thing, is that this dude said that the gun was his. Be it if BG and him used it for a fall guy or not, he said that it was his. Now, the case have to, any crime has to be substantiated. Substantiated with information aside from whomever the person is that's going to be charged. It needs to be substantiated. So, BG and his homeboy, allegedly, they went to the grand jury and said, yeah, she said it was his. All right. You know what I'm saying? Yep, we going with that story. Now, the gray area and the tricky thing about that is, based on the rules of the street, they say if you in the streets, you're not supposed to give police no information about nothing. You're not supposed to go to no stand, go to no jury or whatever. And that's just how the streets is. You damn if you do, you damn if you don't. If you right, you wrong. If you wrong, you right. The streets are just fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? And based on whoever telling the story, or based on who seeking to assassinate your character and tear you down, then, that's how the story gonna be painted. But there's no wins in the streets no matter what. The streets is the streets. It's a dirty game. It's grimy. It's greasy. It's all about winning, So the only rules really in the street is play to win, if you want to be honest. So, that's the take on that situation. No, I don't believe BG's a snitch. Because he didn't willingly go and offer no information. The guy said it was his gun, and BG said, yeah, yep, that's what he said. All right, cool. But I mean, this is the world that we live in. Everybody is a snitch, and everybody got dirt in their jacket. Man, hit that like button, because we're about to go into a next level. Next on the agenda, right? Real quick, we're going to talk about Sammy the Bull, and we're going to talk about Terrence Gangsta Williams. Hit that like button, because I'm going to share with you a very unique and interesting perspective on this. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. We're going to be out of here in 1 second. I just got to give to you. This is Christmas, and I'm saying I want to give you the whole gift so you can unwrap it and do what it do. All right, so pretty much Sammy the Bull. For those of y'all that know or don't know, Sammy the Bull was pretty much one of the mafia's most feared killers. Back in the time of John Gotti, when John Gotti was a mafia don. As a matter of fact, Sammy the Bull actually went on the hit with John Gotti, pretty much to kill their boss so that John Gotti could get power. So this is how loyal, and this is how stand-up Sammy the Bull was. Sammy the Bull allegedly killed a lot of people for John Gotti. Also made a lot of money for John Gotti. Now, when they got locked up in a federal indictment, there were wiretaps played that the feds had played for Sammy the Bull, where John Gotti, the mob boss, was speaking about Sammy being too big, he being too popular, that Sammy the Bull need to be killed. He's out of control, so forth and so on. And at that point in time, Sammy the Bull, who was always a stand-up guy up until that point, very loyal to John Gotti, to hear information, for somebody that he risked his life for on a regular basis, that he killed for on a regular basis, that he respected, that he stood up for no matter what, to hear this is the very person that want to kill you. And at that point in time, for Sammy the Bull, I'm not in his mind, but at that time in his mind, it's like, so I'm going to go and rot in jail for the rest of my life because I want to be loyal to somebody who is clear right now is not loyal to me, that was using me. So I believe Sammy the Bull took that opportunity, not that he wanted John Gotti to go to jail, but the feds provided him an opportunity to save himself. And that's exactly what he did. Because if he wasn't going to be getting out of jail or he wasn't going to be getting a time reduction, I don't believe that he would have said anything. He would have just tried to see John Gotti in jail, and that would have been that. But the feds offered him a way to get out of jail, and I believe he took that. And as a result, he snitched. Yes, he snitched, given the circumstances. You have to ask yourself, if you was in a similar situation, would you have done the same? And can you understand why somebody would do something like that in the same situation? Case in point, Tekashi 6ix9ine. I'm not going to go into all of that, but it's kind of similar. But the one thing about Sammy the Bull is whether you call him a snitch, whether he went on the stand and took the stand or not, it does not take away from the fact that he's a stone cold killer. And if anybody try to come at him or whatever, he gonna kill you. So let's not get confused because somebody gave some information that it takes away from their character as an individual. Next person I want to speak about, come on, hit that like button. I'm about to get up out of here right now, but I just want to share this information with y'all. I gotta give you, you know what I'm saying, this nice Christmas gift. Next up on the agenda, we have Terrence Gangsta Williams, baby from Cash Money Brother. And this is the one who put the information out there on BG, and we already know his reason and his rationale for it. And I just wanted to kind of talk about his situation real quick, you know, and that he as well is somebody that the streets are saying, and that it's alleged that he snitched, that he cooperated or what have you, and that's how he got out of prison. And you know, again, I'll use the same example as I use with Sammy the Bull, is that here it is. This is somebody that's, Terrence Gangsta Williams is a known hitter, a known killer. Whatever it is you say about him, it doesn't change the fact that he will do that to you, that he gonna kill you. And whether people want to play with his name or not, that's what it is. Now, if you're somebody that's in the streets or living the street life, is it a stain on your name to give information? Even if in the circumstances of Terrence Gangsta Williams, you know, he was in jail serving life in jail, and he was presented with an opportunity by the feds, you know, his jail captors or whatever, to give up some information and he would be released. And that's exactly what he did. And, you know, he lives and he stands by his decision. You know, he's not lying about it. He's not trying to paint a different picture. So you got to do nothing but respect that. But I wanted to use his situation as well as Sammy the Bull, you know, while I gift wrap this package, is to let you know and to see how deep the game is and how deep the game can be. When you in the streets and you running around, you killing people, you selling drugs, you robbing, you doing whatever you doing, the streets consider you the most realest person ever. People fear you, people respect you, people love you, all of that. Then now once you get caught in a situation where you go to prison and you got life in jail or whatever, now people gonna say, oh, you stupid, oh, you should have changed your life, oh, you should have did something else, yada, 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 yada. And now you sitting there rotting, family stop taking care of you, family stop looking out for you, you know, and now you just in there rotting. All because you were trying to be a stand-up individual, you was trying to be strong. Terrence Gangsta Williams, he got an opportunity that, you know, pretty much they said, man, listen, you give us some information on you're going to see the light of day. So after doing 25, 26 years in jail, he decided to get him that information, and he came home and he's standing on the fact that he gave him that information. Why? Because at the end of the day, the name of the game is to win. The name of the game is to win, you know. In the streets, it's survival of the fittest. Only the strong survive, you know. And everything else, all of these other things that's in the streets in terms of rules, that's all fluff. It's all fluff. But when you in the streets and you playing with snakes, murderers, extortionists, drug dealers, all of these evil entities, all of these kind of individuals that are out for money to kill you for name, for acclaim, and a fame, or for whatever else. You're not dealing with a bunch of church people or those that have a lot of morals and values. So if you in the streets and you thinking that, okay, you play by these rules, everything gonna be good, that's not gonna happen. If you don't play by the rules, everything is gonna be bad, that's not gonna happen. Because when you in the streets and when you out there and you hustling, you trying to get you some money, you trying to get a reputation, you trying to survive, and, you know, that's what happened. But the reason why I bring up Terrence Gangsta Williams, because it's so sad that his brother Birdman, you know, who relied on Terrence Gangsta Williams for his name and for protection way back when they was getting started in the music industry, and, you know, his whole rap label was built off of the image and the life of Terrence Gangsta Williams, who was the original Hot Boy, and a couple of other individuals. And now Birdman ain't even trying to see about making sure his brother Terrence Gangsta Williams is straight, and I don't respect that, you know. But then again, who am I, you know? And that's how dirty the game is that somebody will use your reputation. They will use you to protect them. And once they get in a position where they got a certain amount of money, fame, clout, and what have you, they'll drop you like a bad habit. And then you just got to respect that. Like, that's the game, you know. And again, which just goes to show, even the people that you think is good people, when you come from the streets, there's no such thing as a good person. There's no such thing as a good murderer. There's no such thing as a good drug dealer. There's no such thing as a good robber. Because all of these elements are doing one thing, which is destroying the community. And people like Terrence Gangsta Williams, you know, and a couple of other individuals that's out there that went through some, you know, circumstances in the streets, and they went to prison. They got an opportunity, came home, be it they came home the right way or they came home, you know, the other way. They out here trying to share information with the youth just to let y'all know, like, man, the streets is a dirty game. And all of the things that you learn in the street or that you hold dear in the street, once you go through that prison experience, it's going to actually change your mind. And they just trying to, you know, help y'all to avoid some of the pitfalls that a lot of other people that went through in the streets and in that game, and throwing their life away for something that really don't mean nothing. You know, so, man, that's the information. I just wanted to give you an extended one today because it's Christmas. I hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas. You know, hope everybody enjoyed their family. Do yourself a favor. Don't get tricked out of your position, you know, and let your freedom be taken because you're trying to be a gangster, or you're trying to be in the streets, or you're trying to live by a code or something like that. Man, live for you. Be the best you that you could possibly be for you, yourself, and yours. Take care of your family. Take care of your responsibilities. Take care of your kids. And most of all, take heed to all of these different stories that's out here so you don't get caught up in that. You know, we wishing everybody well. BG, listen, you home, you a hot topic. You know, this is part of the process that you're going to have to walk through. And, you know, that's just that. Shout out to 90 Jake. Again, if y'all want to see that story going over there. But listen, man, I just, you know, stopped in real quick. So I'm tapping and I'm tapping out. I'm here to give you some information, you know, so you could get a different perspective. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, like you, just trying to see what's really good. But, man, enjoy your holidays. We out of here. Go. What's really good.